and rolling with our second of 3 of these 51cc classes that are out here with us. I believe we're looking at looks like William Robinson, the number 84 Cobra, has grabbed the early lead in this one, friends, and he is taking it to the limit, so to speak, out here as he grabs up and picks up $100 from Bell Helmets and the Whole Shot Award. And he's out of Byron, California, and check it out. He's trying to check out up front, but he's got company coming in there.
46 right behind him in second place. Oh, we're not even close to having our sheets now. What happened there? Here we go. Jimmy left him by the door. Yeah. All right, so here we go. 46, keeping the heat on. Uriah Wood from Sturgis, Michigan, riding that big Harley all the way from Sturgis. He actually rode it down, not a trailer queen, but actually rode that big Harley from Sturgis, Michigan. That's not even the same Sturgis as it. And now he rides it right into the lead. He goes around William Robinson. So good job by Uriah Wood taking over the lead. Backed by Welch Packaging, ExclaimMedia.com, Allegiant Motorsports, Stealth Trailers, MSR, EVS, and Dunlop into the lead. 84 trying to come back on him. William Robinson retakes the lead.
Wow, Robinson not wanting to relinquish that so quickly, it doesn't appear, as he moves back and tries to. And back on the outside, it's a drag race around the Rocky Mountain ATV-MC sweeper turn, and we got 2 more right there in the rear view. We're about to see a 4-way shootout start to take place.
Dude, we've seen it the last couple of years, the best racing often coming out of these 50cc classes, and we got it now. Like you said, Rodney, 4 riders duking it out. A couple mistakes there from Wood, and he's dropped back to 3rd. I thought it was a new leader. It is. It's the 51. That's not Justin Barsha. And 18 has moved up to 2nd. That is Wyatt Thurman. 51, Gage Dunham out of Golden, Colorado. That is the rider who has taken the lead. He's come from 4th to 1st, but easy to spot with that mohawk on top of the helmet. Gage Dunham.
Wow, how?
Got the 12 gauge.
Got him Dunham, son. Look at that. After 1 lap of racing, we've already seen about 3 different lead changes take place here in this first moto of racing, and it's not done heading into the 2nd lap, as it looks like Wyatt Thurman trying to get around Gage Dunham for that number 1 spot. Will Robinson, your early leader, dropping back to the number 3 spot. There's Uriah Wood now in 4th, Ryder Ellis in 5th. Trevor Starling checking in now in 6th place. Colton DeRico 7th. Camden Eicher in the number 8 spot. Trenton Burton in 9th. 10th place is Mason Houghton. And into the Bell Helmets forest, the Bell Moto forest there. We're seeing things tighten back up against between Dunham and Thurman now.
Just when you think you have it picked out who the number 1 guy in this class is, I'm using the term loosely, they're pretty much just boys, then somebody makes a mistake and it all changes. Dunham, Thurman, Robinson, Wood, and also Ryder Ellis up to 5th. He could be a factor as well. Into the 10 Commandments we go.
While they get this sorted out, we'll take a look at 11 through 20 to give you an idea how things are starting out here. Kel Stinnett in the 11th, Ryder Hoare in the number 12 spot. The 47, Jamison Heineman, is 13th. Justin Schuff, the 66, 14th. Corbin Durbin, the 14 and 15th. Bentley Walker, riding number 12, is 16th. Darren Pine, who's on the 58, is 17th. Braden Comfort, the 19, is 18th place. The 41 and 19th place is Ryder Andruzis. And Kane Brooks, the 79, rounds out your top 20.
Dunham leading Thurman, Robinson there. This will be interesting to watch, 4 to 6. Certainly these riders a little more prone to mistakes than the more experienced pilots of the 7 to 8 division that we just saw run. Yes, those are experienced veteran riders. They've been through the wars, they've been through the battles. They're 7 to 8 years old. By then they are seasoned. These riders are a little bit newer at it, but we'll actually have an even younger group on even smaller bikes coming up after this. That'd be the 4 to 6 PW class. It's a little more advanced group if you're doing it on a Cobra. Going right by there is the 27, Trevor Starling, and the 80 of Colton DeRico. They are battling it out for 6th and 7th. Look at DeRico on the 80 pulling up alongside. have a little conversation, says, hey, man, give me your lunch money. Takes it away. Man, that is wrong. Kid's mom packed him a turkey sandwich. He only had change. That was just to get a little apple juice. And he took that, probably ate the turkey sandwich as well. Just bullying his way through the number 80 of Colton DeRico. Beat it, geek. Seats taken. Up front, let's see if it's still Gage Dunham. I mean, you saw it. Dunham and Thurman, they already swapped the lead like 3 times, man.
Right. And Robinson and actually, I believe it was Wood was swapping it a couple of times themselves. So,
yep.
I mean, a lot of different lead changes. We're looking at lap times 2:51 for Wyatt Thurman. Gage Dunham is looking at a 2:53.7 now. And the gap that was just 2 seconds a lap ago back to the third place position has opened up immensely now as we're down around behind the billboards with our leaders out there on the racetrack. And I believe, is that now third, fourth, and fifth coming through? It is. You're Ryan Wood checking in a third place position, a 3:14 lap time. That gap over the course of one lap opened up nearly 25 seconds, Jason.
Yeah, I agree. That's a big difference. So it's a 2-rider battle for the lead now. Wyatt Thurman on the 18, who you see on your screen, going through the long short chute, and he takes a look over, and what he sees is the 51 of Gage Dunham in second. Thurman about a second and a half faster than Dunham the last time around. Here we are into the 10 Commandments. Dunham trying to close it down. We can get an idea of the lie, the way the wind is going, by watching the breeze on top of that mohawk, on top of the helmet. Get an idea if you want to slice that ball to the east or the west. Get an idea of the wind. All these riders, of course, have to gauge for wind when they take off on the jumps. That's something you don't hear talked about a lot, but it is true. Riders have to gauge their landing based on where the wind will take them. And you can actually use that mohawk on the top of Gage Dunham's helmet as a little bit of a guide. You can grab a handful of grass, throw it up in the air, and see which direction it goes. A couple little tricks of the trade. Oh, lap traffic now slowing up Dunham in a bad way. Look at him doubling through that section. I don't think I'd do those jumps on any size motorcycle. These kids are doing it on 50s, and they're in the 4 to 6 year old class. Here we go through the sand rollers. Watching the 51 of Dunham. He has lost some ground in that lap traffic, letting Wyatt Thurman pull it out. Hey, folks, think we have some autographs coming up a little later over at Greenville, Kawasaki. I think it actually will start at 1 o'clock, but I said it was noon. So you headed over to Cowie early, which is great because that means you get to talk to some of the Kawasaki techs, check out the new motorcycles, and all the other equipment they have on display over there at Greenville. And then they'll bring out Jeremy McGrath and Ryan Villapoto for autographs. And today at 5:30, there will be a exclusive free dinner for Kawasaki riders, including a question and answer session. You can ask the questions of Jeremy McGrath, Ryan Villapoto, and Adam Cianciarulo, who I believe they have established contact. He went into a deep, dark hole after losing the overall win at Washougal on Saturday on the last half of a lap of the second moto. Got passed and went from first to fourth overall because of one pass. Went from winning the race to not on the podium. So please, we just ask you, be gentle. No questions about Washougal for Adam. We don't want to crush his spirits. Howdy. Did we find one? Or just one for you? I do have one, yeah.
So Thurman, Dunham, Uriah Wood, William Robinson, Ryder Ellis, your top 5. DeRico in the number 6 spot, with 7th spot being Mason Halton. Trevor Starling dropping back a spot or two as we see Trenton Burton now up to an 8th place position aboard the 71. Starling drops to 9th, and now it is Cale Stinnett rounding out the top 10.
Well, as an extreme emergency there, I think we just saw a mother of a rider in the next 50 class and her phone battery is dead. So there might not be videos or photos taken of him in this moto at Loretta's, which is a disaster.
Uh-oh.
I mean, you cannot come all the way here and not come away with some photos and videos to share.
What did she say? So, well, get your phone out and help this mama.
Yes.
Number 66, record it for her, and we'll try to get you.
Yeah, send it over on Facebook. Hey, look who's back. Gage Dunham has closed back up on the 18 of Wyatt Thurman. Had 2 bad laps, and then this one's been good. Out of the 4 laps he's had in this race, first one was good, fourth one was good, second and third one not quite so. So we got a battle for the lead raging right now. Let's see if Wyatt Thurman can deal with the heat, the pressure. You know, Gage Dunham not afraid to stick a wheel in. His reputation is well established with about 18 months of racing under his belt. Did you pay for it? Did you pay for it? Oh. I think less of you now. All right, so here it is, down to the inside. Look at Gage Dunham. Showing him wheels. And can't make it happen right now. White flag is out. Oh, the charge from Dunham has stalled. Wyatt Thurman able to slip away just like I am. I'm slipping away over to the podium. So right now we're looking at Thurman and Dunham. No change in the order yet. And Uriah Wood running in third.
Well, I tell you, after watching this one open up and seeing the conclusion of it, still a little bit surprised at the gap between second and third. But at the same time, we know that we got some riders out here that are certainly finding their wings, so to speak, in this 51 4-6 limited class. Wyatt Thurman and Gage Dunham both. Only 1.7 seconds separating them as we watch them here on RacerTV.com roll their way around. It's 40.4 seconds back at the end of lap 3 was Uriah Wood. They were running about a 15 or so seconds slower lap than your front runners out there, so we may see that as close as 55 seconds to a minute difference between second and third, but the battles still wage on behind them. Wood does have about a 7-second lead over William Robinson, but he's only got about, take that back. Uriah Wood only has about a second or less over Ryder Ellis, the 44 machine now, as they are 1 minute, 0.736 behind the second place ride. The battle is on between Uriah Wood, the 45, and Ryder Ellis, the 44. We see William Robinson is checked in now in the number 4 spot aboard the 84 machine. Leaders on this final lap, Gage, Dunham, and Thurman taking it to the limits, so to speak, through Storyland now. And watch Gage Dunham put the hammer down, trying to track down Wyatt Thurman. That 18 machine looks like they may have gotten separated a little bit in some of that traffic out there. But through the Rocky Mountain sweeper turn rolls our leaders, Thurman and Dunham. And that battle between Uriah Wood and Ryder Ellis still waging on. Wood turning a 3:14 last time, a 3:06.8 by Ryder Ellis. So unless Uriah Wood picks up the pace on this one, he could be finding himself in a 4th place position rather than 3rd. So it's going to be interesting as we try to scope this track out and looking for the 45 and 44. But as we do that, we note that our leader now down in the final sweeper turn and headed to the final turn itself, the 18 of Wyatt Thurman, etching his name in the history books of Loretta Lynns for 2017 with a Moto 1 win in the 51 4-6 limited class. Thurman will take the win. In second place, we see the 51 machine of Gage Dunham making his way by. And again, a minute or so back, we'll check in with our early leaders and 3rd place finisher. We'll see if Uriah Wood can hang on to that 3rd place position away from Ryder Ellis. William Robinson was 5th, Colton DeRico 6th, Mason Houghton 7th, Trenton Burton 8th, Bentley Walker 9th, Cole Stinnett was 10th, Then Camden Eichert, Jameson Heineman, Justin Schuff, Darren Pine, Ryder Horror rounding out the top 5. Hoer, I guess that would be. Corbin Durbin, the 16th place position rider, and Druzes, 17th. Trevor Starling, 18th. Brian Braden Comfort in 19th and 20th. Chyson Wagner. That was the running order when they headed into the final lap. I expect some changes there in that 17 through 20 or so. Waiting for the checkers to fly for third. As we do that, we'll head down to the podium here in just a moment as we'll get things set up and ready to go with the Race Tech post-race interview and our Moto 1 winner for the 51 4-6 limited class, Wyatt Thurman with Jason Wygant.
Thank you, Rodney Tomlin, and we do have him. Here it is. Big winner in the 4-6 50cc division. Let's hear it for Wyatt Thurman. I love it. Even had the number shaved into the head there. 90s fade haircut style. All right, Wyatt Thurman, that was a battle, man. That was a fun race. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. How did it go?
I had a battle with Gage Dunham, and I had to stay on 2 wheels and penned it.
You did. You stayed on 2 wheels and pinned it. That's awesome. Who do you want to thank, Wyatt?
My mom and dad, Neo, Shift, Scott, Nost, RJR, Wyatt, Mika Metals, and Nobby Shop.
Let's hear it for Wyatt Thurman taking the win in the first 4-6 Moto.